and welcome to Press Pass. I'm Elizabeth Bauer.
I'm Reed Ripley, host of Pokes Nation Radio.
And I'm Andrew Bay, host of Weekdays with Andrew Bay.
This past weekend, the Cowboy basketball team lost to the Kansas Jayhawks. Reed, do you think this loss will be beneficial going into the second half of conference play?
I do think it will be beneficial because it highlighted Oklahoma State's weaknesses. As soon as Michael Cobbins went down, the pressure went to the guard play because guys like Joel Embiid on Kansas can just take advantage of guys like Kamari Murphy because they just don't have the size and experience yet. And guys like Suchek coming in, it just doesn't have the ability to guard a guy like Joel Embiid. So it focuses on our guard play. Marcus Smart and Markel Brown, they have to come through, become a little more consistent, take the pressure off defending inside, make them chase the guys up the three-point line, get a little more physical inside.
Andrew, your thoughts?
Well, it's interesting. I don't think it's going to be beneficial from a mindset perspective. I don't think the mindset going into the rest of conference play really changes. But I do think it's beneficial because the Pokes can realize that their defense is going to be very successful, and they're going to be able to be successful against teams that have better size, like a team like Kansas, by pressuring the backcourt of opposing teams by using their 2-2-1 zone press that Travis Ford has employed this year. Their aggressive man-to-man defense in the half court. If they use these and they put more pressure on the backcourt, it makes it harder for guards to get the ball into post players. And so Kamari Murphy has an easier time defending because the ball doesn't get in there as much, and when the ball does get in there, it takes post players out of position. So if, like Reed said, guard play is going to be very important through the rest of the year, especially on the defensive end. If they can force these entry passes to be harder for guards, it's going to make Kamari Murphy's job just that much easier.
What do you think this team needs to fix to be successful in Big 12 play and beyond?
They need to fix two things. One, guys like Kamari Murphy and Suchek need to get a little more comfortable down there in the post. They don't need to be super effective, but they need to be effective enough to disrupt the other team's ability to just do whatever they want in the post. And the second thing, you got to rely on your all-stars. Marcus Smart and Markel have to be able to step up in the biggest moments and lead this team to victories.
To me, the Pokes just need to stay out of foul trouble. They have had a big problem with fouling. They've been doing it on a consistent basis. LeBron Nash, he got a quick 2 against Kansas. Marcus Smart seems to be in perpetual foul trouble. If the Pokes continue to do this, they're not going to be able to play this aggressive defense, and they're just going to make the life of Kamari Murphy that much harder. And so if the Pokes can play this aggressive defense on the end, they have to stay out of foul trouble. They have to learn to play defense with their feet. They have to learn that sometimes it's better to give up a layup than to give up a foul, because if guys like Marcus Smart are out for extended periods of time, Oklahoma State's offense and defense suffers.
What are some factors we need to look out for against the Mountaineers?
I'm looking toward the backcourt in this game. West Virginia's got two guys in Aaron Harris and Juwan Staten averaging just north of 17 points a game, which is good for two of the highest scorers in the Big 12, matching up against Marcus Smart and Markel Brown of Oklahoma State, who themselves are high scoring. They match up, West Virginia and Oklahoma State match up pretty evenly inside, so I'm looking at that backcourt, see who comes out on top.
Well, for me, as I was looking at the stats from last game, I was trying to find this outlier because West Virginia wasn't really a good enough team, it seems like on paper, to keep up with an Oklahoma State team. I think the home court advantage helped them a lot, but I think one player that really helped them was a guy by the name of Terry Henderson. He's been shooting 39% from 3 on the whole season, so he's a good three-point shooter. But against Oklahoma State, he went off, had 5 of 7 from 3, and then he even went off on the rebounding side of the ball. He had 4 offensive rebounds. So if Oklahoma State can keep Terry Henderson from going off from 3, they can control the glass, especially those guards, Marcus Smart, Markel Brown, box out on the perimeter, keep their guards off of the boards, then I think Oklahoma State is going to have a lot easier job with West Virginia this time around.
Well, that's all we have for you today. I'm Elizabeth Bauer, and thanks for watching Press Pass.